Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, you guys. We're diving deep into Cashflow Quadrant today.
Ooh, yeah, Robert Kiyosaki's book.
You know it. I'm excited for this one. This book really shifts how you think about wealth. Like, it's not just about the numbers. It's about understanding how you make money and the mindsets that go with each way.
Definitely. Mindsets are huge. And to really get into this, we've got a bunch of sources.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so we have Jonathan Little's review from 2021.
Okay.
It's on Medium, if you want to check it out.
Love his stuff.
And a ton of Goodreads reviews, too. Always good for, like, the overall vibe.
For sure. What else?
The Swedish Investor on YouTube, he's got a video that sums it all up really nicely.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one. Super clear.
And to round it out, we've got Sherelle Griffith's take on her website. She's got some interesting thoughts.
Awesome. So basically like a 360-degree view of the book.
Exactly.
Awesome. So our mission today is to give you a clear picture of the Cashflow Quadrant, what it means, and how you can actually use it.
Yeah, we're cutting through the fluff and getting to the good stuff.
Those aha moments, the stuff that can actually change how you think about your money.
Love it. So let's jump right in. The core of the book, the Cashflow Quadrant itself.
Right. Okay, so picture a square divided into 4 parts, like a quadrant, right?
Classic visual.
So on the left side, we've got the E quadrant,
Which stands for?
employee, and then the S quadrant for self-employed.
Got it. And over on the right side.
We've got B, business owner, and I, investor.
Okay. And why are these so important?
Well, they basically show you the different ways you can earn income. So like wherever your main income comes from, that's probably your quadrant.
Makes sense.
But it's more than just that, though. It's about the mindset.
Huge. Each quadrant's got its own way of thinking.
Totally. So let's start with the employee mindset, the E quadrant. They're usually looking for security.
Yeah, the steady paycheck, the benefits, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. Like they might be thinking, I want a job that's secure, with nice colleagues, good benefits, you know, that kind of thing.
Like, that's the classic path a lot of us are taught to follow. Get a good education, find a stable job, climb that ladder.
Right, exactly. The Swedish investor video even talks about that.
Yeah. Now, for the S quadrant, the self-employed folks, they're all about control and independence.
Love that.
Right. Like they might say, I want to be paid well for what I do, and I want to be my own boss. Think of like consultants or freelancers.
They're basically the business.
Yeah, some of the Goodreads reviews pointed that out. If they don't work, the money stops.
Right. High stakes, but also high rewards.
Totally. Now let's hop over to the right side of the quadrant,
Let's do it.
the B quadrant. The business owner. They're all about creating freedom, but through building profitable businesses.
It's not just about working in the business, but working on the business.
Exactly. Like they're looking for talented people to run things, maybe even people who are like smarter than them in certain areas.
And they're building systems.
Yeah.
Systems that can work without them being there 24/7.
So that's where OPT comes in. Other people's time. The YouTube video talked about that.
Makes sense. They're leveraging their team's skills and effort.
Right. Okay, last but not least, the I quadrant, the investor. They're also after freedom, but through investments.
So it's like, where can I put my money to work for me?
Yeah, and they use OPM a lot. Other people's money.
Like investments from other people.
Exactly. Plus their own, of course.
Makes sense. So they're using both OPT and OPM to grow their wealth.
Pretty powerful stuff.
Okay, so now that we've got the basics, there's a key takeaway here that I saw everywhere. Goodreads, the YouTube video, everywhere.
Which is?
Kiyosaki is basically saying, if you want more financial freedom, think about moving from the left side, the E and S, to the right side, the B and I.
It's all about that shift, right?
Yeah.
So on the left, your income comes directly from your work. You trade time for money. But on the right, you're building or investing in systems that make money.
And they keep making money, even when you're not actively working.
Okay, so let's unpack OPT and OPM a little more.
Yeah. The YouTube video really nailed this. They're like the defining features of the right side of the quadrant.
Because?
Well, with B&I, you're using other people's time, like hiring experts, building teams, and other people's money, like investors or loans.
It gives you leverage.
So much leverage. You're not limited by how much you can work.
Or how much you can save.
Exactly. Now, on the left side with E and S, you can still make good money.
For sure.
But the trade-off is you got to put in the time. More success often means more work, less free time.
Yeah, that's a common theme in the YouTube comments too, people feeling burned out.
Totally. It's a different kind of limitation. Your time is the limit.
Whereas on the right side, it's about building something that can grow beyond you.
Okay, let's talk pros and cons. The YouTube video had a good breakdown.
Lay it on me.
So for the E quadrant, the employee, pros are things like stability,
Predictable income, yeah.
benefits, like health insurance, paid time off,
And you get to work with people.
which can be great, but the cons.
Well, often, more success means more work. Less time for yourself.
And sometimes you might feel underpaid for all you do. Plus, dealing with bosses and office politics. Not always fun.
True.
Okay, the S quadrant, self-employed.
Being your own boss, that's a big pro.
Huge. And the direct link between effort and reward.
Yeah. You see the results of your hard work.
But the downsides.
Long hours.
Yeah.
Less free time, especially when things are going well.
And financial uncertainty. You're not always guaranteed a paycheck.
Right. Okay, the B quadrant. Business owner. Big pros here are OPT and OPM.
Leverage, leverage, leverage.
The potential for really fast growth and often better tax advantages.
Sweet. But the cons.
More financial risk. Starting a business is no joke.
It takes a different kind of know-how, like not what you learn in school.
And managing people, that's a whole skill set on its own.
Totally. Okay, the I quadrant, investors.
Similar pros to the B quadrant. OPT, OPM, big growth potential, plus the income can be really passive.
Nice. But the big con.
Risk. Investments can go up, but they can also go down.
So, okay, the right side of the quadrant sounds pretty great for financial freedom.
Right. But how do you actually get there?
That's the question. The YouTube video brought up a cool point about being addicted to earning money in a specific way.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you've always been an employee, that steady paycheck feels safe.
Comfortable, familiar.
Totally. And shifting to something different can feel scary. Like, what if you're a super skilled electrician, right? But to build a business, you have to delegate. Let other people do the work you're used to doing.
It's a whole mindset shift.
And the video also talks about how school kind of reinforces this fear of risk. Like, we're taught to avoid mistakes.
Failure is bad.
Right. But in business and investing, mistakes can be good.
They're learning opportunities. The video even mentions Thomas Edison. He made a ton of mistakes before he got the light bulb right.
So true. Each failure is just data. It tells you what to adjust.
Love that.
So the takeaway is making that shift takes time. And a big part of it is finding people who've already done it.
Mentors.
Yeah, learning from their experience. The Goodreads reviews are full of stories about how helpful that is.
Makes sense. They can give you advice, support, and help you avoid common pitfalls.
Okay, ready for another layer?
Hit me.
Kiyosaki also talks about 5 levels of investors.
Ooh, I like frameworks.
Me too. So level 0, zero financial intelligence, meaning you spend more than you earn. The YouTube video linked this back to The Richest Man in Babylon. You got to pay yourself first.
Classic advice.
Then there's level 1, the savers or losers level.
Controversial.
Right. But the point is, just saving money in a regular account might not be enough.
Because of inflation.
Exactly. Your money might be losing value even as you save.
Tricky.
Then we've got level 2, the I'm too busy investor.
So they know investing is important, but they don't want to deal with it.
Right. They just hand it off to someone else.
Without really understanding it.
That's the risk.
Yeah, you're relying on someone else's knowledge.
Okay. Level 3. I'm a professional.
So this is the DIY investor.
Exactly. They learn about investing. They do their research.
They make their own decisions.
Yep.
I bet a lot of our listeners are at this level.
Probably. Or working towards it.
Makes sense.
And finally, level 4. The capitalist.
Ooh, the top tier.
This is often someone who's already a business owner.
And they apply those skills to their investing.
They use advisors, leverage OPM, and they're smart about taxes.
So they're really making their money work for them.
And Kiyosaki says this is the fastest path to financial freedom.
Makes you think, huh?
Where do you see yourself in all of this?
Right. What level are you at? What level do you want to be at?
Okay, so what are the key takeaways here from all these sources?
Well, the big one is the B and I quadrants offer a faster path to financial freedom.
Because you're building systems and making your money work for you.
And that requires a huge mindset shift, moving from security and independence to freedom and leverage.
And continuous learning is key. The Goodreads reviews and the YouTube video, everyone emphasizes this.
You got to keep learning about business and investing.
There's always more to learn. Now, Sherelle Griffith talks about Kiyosaki's 7 steps to financial freedom.
Oh, yeah. What are those?
So 1 is mind your own business.
Meaning.
Focus on building your own assets. your own income streams.
Not someone else's.
Right. Then there's control your cash flow.
Pay yourself first, avoid debt.
Exactly. And know the difference between risk and risky.
Which is?
Often the biggest risk is not understanding money.
Interesting.
Then there's become educated.
Makes sense.
Seek mentors.
Find people who do what you want to do.
Make disappointment your strength.
Learn from your setbacks.
Yep. And lastly, have faith.
Believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals.
Powerful stuff. And one more core concept that pops up everywhere is assets versus liabilities.
Explain that one.
Assets are things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out.
So like a house could be either.
Exactly. If it's generating rental income, it's an asset. But if you're just paying the mortgage and bills, it's a liability.
So focus on building assets.
That's the game. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into all of this, we've got some great visual content over on our YouTube channel.
Definitely check it out.
I hope this deep dive into Cashflow Quadrant has given you some new ways to think about wealth.
And where you fit into it all.
Take a minute to think about your own situation. Where does your main income come from right now?
What quadrant are you in?
And where do you want to be?
What are your long-term goals?
And even if you're not ready to make a huge leap, what small steps can you take?
Even little things can make a difference over time.
This whole idea of becoming a capitalist investor, building systems, using other people's resources, it's a powerful path to freedom.
It really is.
And this is just the beginning. We encourage you to read Cashflow Quadrant for yourself and check out the other resources we mentioned.
What resonated with you? What questions do you still have?
Come hang out with us on YouTube. We've got even more discussions and breakdowns over there.
It's a great community.
Thanks for listening to the Inspired Podcast.
See you next time.